For me and a lot of other people, playing as Amara is difficult. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I don't think she's built like any other character in the series, so I looked up as many builds as I could find to find the top 10 skills people are using for the best Amara builds. So coming in at number 1 and 2 are Tempest and Clarity. Clarity gives you passive health regeneration, while activating an action skill grants stacking health regen for a short time. And Tempest allows you to deal increased elemental damage, and your shock damage is further increased as well. Now check this out, guys. Coming in at 3, 4, 5, and 6 is Violent Tapestry, Do Harm, Heavy Rain, and Personal Space. So what Violent Tapestry does is when you apply a status effect, it grants you a rush stack. And when you activate your action skill, it consumes all those stacks and grants you the status effect chance for an even longer period of time. And you can build up to 10 stacks. Next up is Do Harm, where killing an enemy grants you a rush stack. And activating your action skill consumes all stacks, and each stack grants skill damage for a long time. Next, we jump over to Heavy Rain, which increases your area damage and your projectile speed. And then there's Personal Space, where you deal bonus gun damage the closer you are to your target. So if you're gonna barrel stuff your enemy, this is definitely the skill for you. And tied for 7, 8, and 9 is Transcend, Restless, and Infusion. Transcend is when you activate your action skill, it stacks critical damage and accuracy for a short time. Jumping over to Restless, and we all love this one, is it increases your action skill cooldown rate, and we all know we like to use those action skills as often as possible. And the last one at number 9 is Infusion, which converts a portion of your gun damage into your attuned element. So no matter what element you're using on your action skills, it's really important to have this skill specifically to create even more damage with that element. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you tap that subscribe and like button to help the video spread to more people, and check in for more Borderlands content. Now I know I said this was a top 10 video, but believe it or not, top 10 actually meant the top 16, because 10 through 16 all were used the same amount of times. And those skills are Fast Hands, Laid Bare, Wrath, Avatar, Anima, Steady Hands, and Dread. So when you're using Dread and you grasp an enemy, it stacks your gun damage for a short time. But anybody who kills a grasped enemy refills their magazine. And then over to Anima, it increases your status effect damage and duration. So your attuned element gets double the status effect damage, but when you're attuned to Shock, it increases it even further. So when this skill is maxed out, your duration is 100%, your status damage is 20%, but your shock status duration is 175%. And then over to Steady Hands, it increases your accuracy and your weapon handling. You get to Fast Hands, which increases your reload speed, weapon swap speed, and your mode switch speed, which will definitely come in handy if you ever end up in a situation where you're in fight for your life. And then we jump into Laid Bare, which is dealing skill damage with your action skill will increase all damage to that enemy for a short time. So if you end up holding an enemy in, like, let's say Phase Grasp, and it doesn't kill the enemy by the time you're done shooting them, all of the damage that you do will actually do more damage to that enemy. And then we go to Wrath, which increases your gun damage, and activating an action skill doubles this damage for a short time. So obviously that means your gun damage is going to be doubled if you're using an action skill like Ties That Binds or even the Orb. And the last one is Avatar, which allows you to activate your action skill while it's in cooldown, and I love this skill. I think it's absolutely great that you can use it and then use it halfway in between the cooldown. And if you thought these top 10 Amara skills were helpful, make sure you check out the top 10 Zane skills as well.